Okay, Shane, winning at Churchill Downs had to be special, but take us back. You left a week ago Sunday. How did he take the trip? How did he settle in?
He got off the trailer great. They got there about 9 o'clock on Monday morning, and he wasn't hot or anything. You know, we cooled him out, fed him that night. He ate everything, and we went to the track on Tuesday, and he was bucking and playing, going around there. So he handled the trip real well.
Now, I take it he went out on the track every morning, right? So he got used to the surroundings. How did he like the surface?
You know, that was a big concern. I had a lot of people telling me that some of the really good horses come in there and they don't handle that track. So we wanted to go early and train on it, and he trained every day and was really, really aggressive. You know, handled the track well. He ate all of his feed every night, you know, so it didn't look like it bothered him at all.
Okay, come race day, now in grade 3, $250,000 at Churchill Downs. Could be a little intimidating, but you were pretty confident, were you? How were you on race day?
I was great. I liked our draw. You know, he likes to sit on the outside and stalk horses, and we drew a good hole. That was my first concern, but when we got out there on the outside where he likes to be, I was good. And then the morning of the race, he was bouncing and playing and feeling great, and you know, I thought our numbers fit, so I was pretty confident if we could have a good break and get a good trip, you know, we could be there.
Now, what did you think about the race itself? Take me through it. He got a good break from the outside, and then I thought he had a perfect trip for his running style. He
had the perfect trip, and you know, he has a real high cruising speed, so he can put himself into a good position if he breaks well. And you know, thinking that Quip and Pioneer Spirit would both show speed, and Pioneer Spirit ended up getting it to himself, and Quip was behind him. But you know, we kind of went into it thinking we're going to stalk those two, and then the other horses to be afraid of were big closers. So we wanted to try to take off before the big closers could get to us. And Gerard Melanson gave him a beautiful trip. You know, nobody could have ridden him better than Gerard did Saturday.
Now, that stretch duel was pretty exciting. It came down to you and the other big horse, the 9, right to the inside, Brett Calhoun's horse, right?
Yes.
And they had a pretty good stretch duel, but your horse is awful game. So did you have any doubts when they were bobbing heads?
You know, my thought with him is always, if he can get even, then we can win it, you know, because he always seems like he has a little bit more to dig in, and he'll fight all the way like he did the other night. And when he got even with him, I felt really good looking behind him. Nobody else was really coming, and when they separated from him, I really thought that we could get him, and he dug in and beat a really, really nice horse, very game horse in Silver Dust.
Now, you got another big paycheck. You're up to $797,000. I talked to you a week or so ago. $1 million is within sights now. What do you think about that?
I hope we can get him to $1 million. You know, he's still a horse, and him being a greatest stakes winner, and you know, he doesn't have the greatest pedigree, but he's a winner. You know, he's run big numbers and he's win graded races. So if we can get him to $1 million, he might have a future after this, maybe being a stallion, hopefully.
Yep. Now, what's the future? I know you mentioned on TVG that you might go to Fairgrounds, Oaklawn, going to travel, but stay in this part of the country, right?
Yeah, we'll run in the Delta Mile here at Delta Downs next, unless something happens, and then. You know, after the first of the year, they have a lot of races at Oaklawn and at Fairgrounds, and we don't really have to go very far, you know, for a lot of money that they have here. So we're going to settle in here in the South and just stay right home, and that's probably the furthest we're going to go with the other day.
Now, Gerard's been aboard for the last 2 wins, up at Remington and up at Churchill, but Philemon Rodriguez is a regular rider. I see him back on the track now. Is he going to be back in the saddle?
I'm pretty sure he will be. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Davis will make that decision ultimately, you know, but you know, Philemon has won on him, you know, whatever, 12, 14 times he's won on him, and Gerard won 3 on him, you know, so.
Oh, he's won 3 times now, huh?
Yeah, he's rode him 3 times, win 3 times.
Yeah.
And, but, you know, it's Philemon's horse. He gallops him every day, and, you know, he's been the regular rider on him, so unless Mr. Davis has a different idea, I'm pretty sure he'll be back on him.
Well, you've had some pretty good luck with the mounts, the rides, the races, and what a storied career. $10,000 claim, first out of the box. Could you ever imagine he would have made this much money?
No. You know, when you claim one for 10, you're just hoping him that he's going to be worth 10, you know, and you know, once he got over the problems that he had and got going, and really when he beat the older horses in a 7-furlong starter allowance race at the end of Evangeline, he was just a 3-year-old running with old horses, and we ran him to run him once more before we left there, and then he just beat him handily, you know, and come back, run a big number. And then at that point, he was like, you know, this could be something more than just a run through his conditions kind of horse.
Well, good luck on getting to $1 million. Good luck in the Delta Mile. We look forward to that in November. And congratulations on a great trip at Churchill Downs.
Thank you so much.